This is really a great tool here. I think that this is going to be perfect for the drone that I'm building. Hi folks, Captain Mark here. But for today, Dr. Drone. I'm the doctor of drones, and I'm so glad to have you join me. This is a live call-in interactive show. Make sure you use the phone that is right down there in front of you. It's right at the bottom of the screen. I'm just so excited today I can't hardly talk. I want to share some things with you folks. And one of the best things that I can tell you about is a gimbal. You know, with gimbal technology, and it doesn't matter who makes these things, but I want you to take a look. With gimbal technology, now we're able to use these cameras on drones and hold them in our hands so that we can film things and stay very steady. You might notice that this camera stays in position for a reason, no matter which way you turn it. And I'm telling you, these cameras are perfect for using on drones. In fact, a gimbal is that process, that technology that you see, that you used to keep a camera steady. They use it in the movie industry, but now it's available to you in many different types of ways. So try and learn something. If you are interested in drone technology, make sure that you learn all that you can about gimbals that are on the bottom of these drones, and gimbals that you can also, this can do double duty, because this gimbal will also fly on a drone. You got to have one that's pretty heavy and strong that's going to be able to carry it. But I just love these, that's for sure. And they're great for doing none other than doing selfies. Absolutely. What kind of jobs are available in drone technology? I wanted to share this with you because there is a question that came in to my email, and you can always reach me by emailing me at askdrdrone@gmail.com. But I want you to take a look at this right quick. If we take a look at this, let's go in a little bit larger zoom. Now we're going to come in a little bit more. Huh? Here we go. Please forgive me. I could have done this and probably should have done this earlier to be able to share this information with you. Here we go. That's perfect right there. Now, commercial drone uses. What kind of job can I get learning, if I learn how to fly a drone? And many of the things that I teach you about drone technology, it just gets away from you because you think that we're talking about having fun and games. But the reason why I'm here, the reason why I do this television show is to provide opportunity for many people who just don't know how to reinvent themselves. I'm a boat captain. I'm reinventing myself. And I want you to know that you can reinvent yourself using drones and drone technology, and you can have your own job. And we have to be producers, not consumers. Take a look at these jobs. Insurance claim validation, wind turbine inspection, first aid, agriculture, security. You think that a drone can make your home or your community more secure? Gas flare inspection. Sometimes when the firemen are putting out fires, they don't know where a hot spot is, or a spot on a roof, for example, that may go up in flames at any second. And the drone technology will allow them to help. How about flash flood warning? We have a lot of that in Chicago, flooding. Oil spill monitoring, preventing shark attacks, reforestation, search and rescue, journalism, pipeline detection, cinematography, construction site management, railway safety, cargo delivery, shipping emissions, organ transplant delivery, oh man, and delivering medical supplies. What about this? I'm going to give you one, and I'm going to give you one for free. I envision this to happen very soon. And it can only happen if one of you are really, really listening to me. Walgreens and CVS pharmacies and all of these other drugstores that we go to for our subscriptions, our prescriptions, that is, we can deliver those medicines quite easily to senior citizens who will no longer have to wait in line and go to the store and sit up there. How many times have you went to go get medicine for yourself or a family member and you just end up spending all of your time just sitting in the pharmacy waiting? Well, I do believe that you can take a drone. You can take a drone and you can take the fingerprint technology that's used on today, that is used currently on different phones for the thumbprint, fingerprint technology, in order to open up the software to use a cell phone. You're going to have the phone recognize your fingerprint or your thumbprint. Well, you can do the same thing by placing that technology on the gimbal or on a drone somewhere. So when a drone delivers medicine, that person can essentially sign for it and identify themselves, and that way the sender will know that that person actually got the medication that was sent to them. Now, of course, there are all types of issues with security levels and all of this and that, but it can be done. Just like I can take a drone right now and send a AED. That's one of those things that will shock you if you have a heart attack. There's 1.5 million lives lost to cardiac arrest. What if you, every year, what if you can get a drone that carries a AED to a location a lot quicker than any ambulance can get there, that's for sure, and give instructions right through the drone to the person that you send it to. So that they can save one of their loved ones. We're going to show you a video on that one day, and that's a fact. We had quite a few questions that came in, and so we're going to take today's show as Dr. Drone. We're going to take today's show and just answer some of these questions from email so that we can catch up with some things. One person wants to know, why is it so dangerous to fly by airports and heliports? Are you kidding me? A drone can interfere with a plane, of course, or a helicopter. Here's the rule. The FAA requires that you fly no closer than 5 miles. You cannot get within 5 miles of an airport without causing a problem. You need to have permission ahead of time if you're doing any type of drone photography or any type of flying around. Now, it's mostly the amateurs, the hobbyists, that are causing the problems. They're interested in seeing the planes up close. They're interested in flying alongside a helicopter. But don't do it. You cannot do it. A lot of people now, I see drones downtown Chicago all the time. Don't you know that there's a police helicopter right there at the mouth of the Chicago River? And that helicopter is designed to help people in emergency situations. So take heed and make sure you're not just flying just to fly around airports or heliports. Why is it important to lobby? Well, we talked about that last week. We had Congressman Danny Davis on our show last week. And he was really, really good at teaching us a lot of things about the legislation process. But we need to be able to let our representatives know how we feel about drone technology, and we don't want them to overburden us with more rules and regulations. So here in the state of Illinois, you have 2 state senators, Tammy Duckworth and Dick Durbin. Why is it important? Well, recently, Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, she put in legislation saying, I mean, this is just a few days old, put in legislation to suggest that states should be able to make up their own rules and regulations as far as drone uses in their states. Well, that could probably be a very bad idea. It might work in some rural areas, but what about the urban areas? And every state is different, but the fact is that the rules and regulations that govern drone technology should be uniform across this nation. Bad idea, Senator Feinstein of California. But the veterans today that are coming home who are professional drone pilots can then take their skills and do all types of things. Construction photography can do all types of things to help. But I want you to know they're not going to be able to do it with this bill that Senator Dianne Feinstein of California is trying to put forth. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the inventory of drones. I wanted to share some photos with you because people always ask me, how much do the drone cost? How much does the drone cost? And what kind of money are we having to put in to becoming a drone pilot and so forth? So here's what I want to do. I want to show you a photograph, and this photograph I see is from April the 16th. And I'm going to bring that up for you right now. There's, because in April, on April the 16th, we had some really, really clear-cut decisions to make as to how to spend the money. How to spend the money to be able to get the equipment that we actually needed. That's March. Okay, and we're going to come, just bear with me one second, and here it is right here. Yes. Let's go through some of these. First, of course, you need to have a good heavy-duty case to carry your drones in. Many of these drones, and like I always tell you, it doesn't matter what brand that you get. Just make sure that you get them that have all types of eyes all the way around, which we call system avoidance. What is that? It keeps you from running into walls, people, or trees and all of that. Here's a remote controller, and your cell phone can fit right on this remote controller. Here is a set of goggles. It's great that you can use these goggles. People like me that wear glasses can insert lenses in these goggles so that you are able to really, really get a bird's eye view. It's just like if you had sat in a cockpit of an airplane yourself. These range boosters are very helpful if you're out in the countryside, but we still have to fly. We still have to fly and keep our drones within reach, our eyesight. That was Layla Mustafa, and she's one of our former guests. Layla was selected to receive all types of drone equipment just because she showed interest in drones, and she wants to help her father. Who has a coffee farm in Kenya, and she can do that with drone technology to find out where to put more water, where to put much of the fertilizer and so forth. These batteries that are used for the headsets, the goggles, different propellers. You have to keep a lot of propellers, but they only cost about $10 per set of two because these are easily damaged and they suffer wear. These batteries are pretty darn expensive, but you want to be able to charge multiple batteries, so you use a multi-charger, and that was something that I decided I needed to spend money on. Here's some bags. These are called lipo bags, lipo guards, and it's because the lithium polymer batteries are very explosive. And so these are explosive-proof bags so that when I'm carrying batteries, I don't have to worry about the explosions that they may cause. A system, some people call it a big unnecessary power strip, but this is what I use as a surge protector to protect all of my equipment. Beginners use the smaller drones. You can get these for $100, $125, and they have, yes, they have cameras, and you can fly them with your cell phone. This is a little more expensive one, but the smaller ones use different types of propellers, and they move a lot faster, a little bit harder to keep up with them. Of course, lens cleaners and things like that. You're always going to have a bunch of extra wires that you have to keep and Velcro. One thing that you're going to need to have is a security system to protect all of your goods. Make sure that as you are accumulating drone supplies, all types of materials and stuff, that you're finding ways to insure and protect it, because this can become very expensive once you become a professional. What do you have to do to become a professional? You have to take a simple test, and yes, it is simple. It's called Part 107. The 107 exam, you can take classes online. There are classes all over the city now, all over the United States, where you can take these classes and become a professional Drone 107 pilot. It's required for you to be able to charge anyone that you're able to, that you have to take the class and get the certification. But you basically only have to do a two-day course, and you will become a drone pilot. That gives you a license for the written part, but hands-on takes a few weeks or months to really learn a drone. And they say if you're doing work around power lines or any dangerous areas if you're talking about cell phone tower inspections and so forth, you make a lot of money at it, but you better have been flying a drone for a year and a half prior to doing those jobs, because they're looking for pilots that are proficient. The next thing that I want to share with you is the fact I saw on the news last night. I saw the first legal drone delivery in the United States. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you months ago that was going to happen? What was it? A box of donuts was delivered to some policemen. Don't think of it lightly, though, because it won't be long before drones are delivering things through Amazon and eBay and other companies like that. Will, instead of sending a truck, a UPS truck to you, they're going to be sending a drone and dropping a package right in your backyard at a prearranged time and place. Mark my words, it's coming. And people have to get prepared to fix these drones. They have to get prepared to fly these drones. They have to get prepared by writing software and writing code and so forth. It seems like it's an over-daunting thing, but it's not. Now, that telephone that you see right there, in case you just joined us, that telephone is a live call-in number, and you can feel free to call in and ask a question or give your comment. The drone fishing, yeah, that's right, they're doing fishing with drone. Well, look, with a rod and reel, this is something new. And the fishing business is pretty huge. So what they are doing now is taking drones, and they're actually flying the bait with the line hundreds of yards out. I can only throw my bait probably 30 to maybe 50 feet out, but I can take it 400, 500 feet out with a drone and really have a long cast. I'm not throwing it out there. I'm flying the drone out there, but things can go bad. Take a look at some of these things here that are people they're trying their best to fly. This guy's trying to fly in a pond. He's trying his best to fly his drone, but the thing is you better be prepared to have to get in that water and get wet. I got into a pond once to recover a drone also, and it was filled with algae on the bottom. I almost lost my life trying to get back to shore. That's a fact. This guy here had that problem. Here's another one. He's taking the drone, a small drone, and just putting a fishing line on it, and then he's taking the drone and he's going to fly it out there to to where he thinks the fish are. Do you see that one of the skills of a fisherman is that he always wanted to be able to brag about how to putting a lure exactly where he wanted to have it. But the skill of doing that now is it's a different thing. You can do it with the drone, but oops, you better know how to fly your drone. These drones are very dangerous too if you're not handling them right. You see the setup here? It's flying the drone with the bait out to its destination, way, way out. And then after it gets several hundred yards out, it's able to then drop the bait and the fisherman can reel it in. They're just getting to the point of doing experiments with this. What can you think of? What can you think of that will be able to be the next big idea used in drone technology? I don't know, but I do know this. I'm very happy to be part of it. I'm excited as I don't know what. You know, Congressman Davis just taught us a few minutes ago that whatever you are, whatever you do, you better focus on being the best at what you do. So Dr. Drone, he wants to be the best at what he does and work very, very hard to be the example, because I have to bring it back to my community. I have to bring these jobs back. I have to bring this skill back so that we are able to play a role in the emerging technology of drone science. Drones are here to stay, and I'm combining this with my maritime background so that I can film some boats. Just wait, and before the end of this season, we have 3 more shows to go. Just wait, you're going to see plenty of work. You're going to see plenty of work that I'm doing around boats. If you'd like to get in touch with me and ask any questions about drone technology, please call me at 312-437-2230. That's 312-437-2230. Who should take the class? Anybody that wants to fly a drone. I really am so grateful that I have some people that are helping me, because I couldn't do this by myself. And don't worry about it. You know, when people come against you, or if you think that folks are leaving you and so forth, just know this. The more people that come against you, it's the greater indication that you are on the right track. That is a fact. And, you know, it's all about believing in yourself, surrounding yourself with other soldiers who believe in you. This is not easy to do it all, but it's quite doable thing. I want you to know that I'm very blessed to have many people that have reached out to help me. Now, this show is coming to its end, and there are so many things that I want to teach you about it. So tune in every week to Ask Dr. Drone. Make sure that you are knowing who your representatives are, like Danny Davis and Luis Gutierrez, or Robin Kelly, Bobby Rush. Make sure you know who's out here to help you and how to lobby to them. It's simple. You just go and ask them to help you with something that you want. We're getting ready to go right now, and I know that this show just goes by so doggone fast. That's a fact. Flight training is everywhere around the city of Chicago. Go online and look it up. Next week, I'll show you some pictures of Charlie, the drone dog. I know you miss him. So until then, we'll see you next week. Mama, get the coffee ready. The kid, he's on his way.